everybody, and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Relationship Builders Forum. My name is Amara.
And my name is Gospel.
And together we co-host on this channel. And if you are new on this channel, we want to bid you a warm welcome. Kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you know when we put content out. To all our returning subscribers, it's always a joy to have you. Welcome back.
So today we want to look at power dynamics in marriage, in relationship as it is, and marriage in particular, because we know that marriage is a beautiful thing, wonderful experience. We've talked about it over and over again, and we don't even get tired of saying to people that marriage is beautiful. Then the issue is sometimes the way power is distributed within the relationship can impact on the relationship.
Absolutely. And I think let's start with defining power dynamics. Basically, you've said that.
Yeah.
It's the way power is distributed in relationship. And you know what? It's not a bad thing. And that's why we're having this conversation, because the crux of a lot of marital issues, issues in relationship is down to power play, power dynamics.
Exactly.
And we think it's really important to talk about this, because sometimes you find people in relationship, they could be overburdened by certain responsibilities. It's still down to all of this conversation today, and we will try to unpack as much as we can as we go on in today's conversation.
Yeah, so when you talk about power dynamics, someone might think, what's power dynamics? And you're looking at distribution of authority. Some people believe that authority should be unilateral, where one person calls the shots, one person decides what happens, the major decisions are made by one individual, and other people believe this is teamwork. We have to use a kind of a bilateral approach to decision making. And when you're looking at decision, you're looking at decision in your finance. That's power in terms of finance, emotional issues, power in terms of emotion, and all of that. So who is supposed to be in control, or who is supposed to have more authority in terms of decision making? And you said it's not a bad thing, because it depends on your view about marriage and where you're coming from. So some people think it should be a man thing to make all the decisions. And some people also think it should be, let's do it together. What do you think?
Well, I think this is the reason why when you talk about power distribution or dynamics of power, where you find a situation where there's an unequal distribution of power, it leads to a lot of issues in relationship. And you find that...
Let me pause you there.
Yes.
Should there be equal distribution of power?
Yeah.
Or do you think there should be a level of authority that both husband and wife should have within the relationship? Because if you say equal distribution of power, some men will say to you, no, that's not right, because men are the head. They are the ones that should, do all of... What do you think?
Well, I think no relationship is the same. So when we're talking about power distribution, you're not talking about the role. It's very important that we say that. It's not, we're not trying to say to the men, no, we want to take over your position. No, that's not what we're saying. But I think it's just acknowledging the authority that people bring into a relationship. And it's not in any way to disregard, one person or the other person, but we're looking at in terms of the responsibilities that we take on in that relationship. Because sometimes you find, in some instances, one person in that relationship is taking on so much, right? It says, oh, look, it's my responsibility to make sure that, I'm making financial decisions, I'm making emotional decisions. It is my responsibility, like you said, as the head of the home. Fantastic. But you also find the same individual complain that they are being overburdened by all of these responsibilities. But it's also about acknowledging that there's someone in that relationship. Look, you're not competing. It's a collaborative work together. You're in it together. You're one together. And it's about acknowledging that this person has got some strength. And maybe it's important that you think about delegating, some of the authority that you have, the responsibilities that you have to the other person. Because I find that, mental health of certain individuals in relationship are significantly challenged as a result of this. You know, delegating does not mean you're stripping yourself of your powers. It's about acknowledging that I cannot do everything by myself, and I might need some support. And maybe this person is better equipped, and it's a strength, it's an area of strength for that individual. And it's okay to share the responsibility. You know, we're not talking about, you know, headship or, you know, spiritual direction and all the other things, which of course that is totally in your sphere to deal with. But we're looking at, you are in a relationship with someone together, and there are certain things that have to be decisions that, you know, you need to make going forward. It's about working together collaboratively. I don't know if I actually captured.
I agree with you, because people have a sense of individuality. Everyone has a contribution to make. For the fact that two people are coming together in terms of getting married, we look at it from a point of synergy. Synergy is not just about just filling up a space. No, I have a contribution to make, and in that contribution, I have a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging when my voice is heard, when I have a say, and what I say is being taken into account.
Absolutely.
That's what it is about power distribution, where you want to listen to what I have to say. There's a decision to be made about issues, maybe financial decision, and I'm saying this is my contribution to it. I don't want it to be done this way or that way, and we all look at it from a point
Different
of
perspective.
who is saying
Yes.
the right thing, not because I'm the man, so to speak, I should decide, even though what I am deciding is not to the best interest of the family. So it has to be a unified thing.
I think a lot about this still boils down to mindset.
Definitely.
It boils down to mindset, and you know, sometimes you speak to people, and I understand that people they may have gone through certain things in life that would have forged that mindset, and it might be very difficult for you to unlearn certain things, because I always say that marriage is so easy if we can understand that we are working together. We're on the same side. We're not working against each other. And that's not what marriage is about. Marriage is about, you know, fusing together our strength and trying to minimize our weaknesses. And we understand that this is for us. It's not for you. It's not for me. It's for us. And if we understand, we're not being competitive. We have to be collaborative. And if I understand that gospel is better placed doing something, I have to let him take that responsibility and do it, you know. And if he recognizes that, you know, I am better placed doing something, it's okay for him to sort of say, you know what, take that responsibility, be in charge of this situation. But it has to be agreed upon.
Definitely, that's the issue around communication. So for there to be that balance where everyone have a sense of purpose, everyone understands that I have a say, I have a level of authority in this relationship, there has to be communication. You have to speak about it. So if you feel frustrated that the power balance is not right, maybe because maybe you're not making financial contributions, so to speak, and the other person who has who makes more income is now the one playing the power thing.
Yeah.
You have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You don't need to feel that frustrated around it. You have to speak to your spouse about it so that you guys can work together. You talked about teamwork. Yes, it's teamwork. It doesn't matter who says what, as long as the team is working effectively.
Yeah. And I think it's just recognizing the strength, because sometimes when these things tend to happen, the other person feels less of themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they feel that I'm just a waste of space. Why am I in this relationship? You know, they don't see any value being there. And we minimize, we downplay, we disrespect our spouses when we put them in that position.
Definitely.
Because in a relationship, everybody has got value to bring. If you saw that person, you know, worthy enough for you to partner up for life with that individual, then please consider that person worthy enough for you to delegate certain responsibilities and trust them to achieve what you have delegated them to achieve, because you trusted them with your life by getting married to them, right? And this is a point where you have to trust them, because everybody has got something to offer in any relationship, and don't make anyone feel inferior by being married to you. And I think a lot of people are in that situation where they feel that I don't consider myself valuable being in this relationship. Nobody deserves to be treated that way. And I just think it's a word for somebody. And maybe if you're in that situation and you feel like you're being undervalued, maybe it's high time that you had that conversation with your other half, your significant other. The second thing I also want to point out is you need to set healthy boundaries. You know, boundaries is really important. You know, set healthy boundaries. You have to set the pace, set the tone. How do you want to be treated? It's really important. You know, I have a voice and it's important. And of course, you have to do it within, you know, reasonable boundaries, of course. You have to be respectful about how you put that forward. And I think it's really important.
Thank you for putting that out there. So set boundaries, have open conversations, and if you've tried your best and it's not working, seek help. You have professionals who will be happy to help. We're here to discuss with you. We might not go on and on to speak about this, but we really think that what we've shared with you today would be helpful to move your relationship forward.
Absolutely. And I say, look, it is important that you work as a team. You are a team and you are not in competition with each other. You are collaborating with each other. You are working together with each other. I know it can be very challenging. You know, power dynamics can be really, really challenging, but it's not something that we cannot overcome. And let me say that you would not always have 50-50 balance of power. You know, at some point, somebody else might be, you know, at a better place to do something, and at another point, someone can be better placed. And maybe you have some views about what we've shared today. You know, please let us know. Put it down in the comment section. We would love to read from you about what you think about this conversation. And hopefully, we might need to engage a bit more on this and unpack some more about this in subsequent videos. But it's been great and amazing talking to you all today. And I hope you took some value from it. Please, if you think anybody's going to benefit from this, please spread the word, share the word. You know, the more the merrier. We want more people to join our community. If you forgot to hit the subscribe button, please do that. And to all our returning subscribers, it's always a joy to have you. Until the next one, it's goodbye from us. Thank you.